In the headlines tonight, a community representative delivers an emotional appeal for peace and unity. And Ethiopians abroad are stepping up their role in the national dialogue. Hello and a warm welcome to EBC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism, coming to you live from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, Africa's diplomatic and political capital. I'm your host, Binyam Alamayo. It's now 9 p.m. here. Please do stay with us. And now moving on, Mudo Ako's hand trembled slightly as she stood before the Ethiopian National Dialogue plenary session. But her voice carried the weight and hope of countless mothers whose stories had long been left untold. It was such a powerful moment as Ako, representing the Kara community of Hamar district in the South Omo zone, caught the room's attention with a deeply moving personal opening statement. And she said, I quote, "Today I stand before you, not just as an ordinary Ethiopian mother, but as a living symbol of peace," she told a packed audience at the Addis Convention Center. Jerusalem Bazaar takes it from here.
የመጣሁት ከደቡብ ኦሞ ዞን ከሐመር ወረዳ ከካራ ብሔረሰብ ስሜ ሙዶ አኮ ይባላል።
I am Mudo Ako, a mother from the Kara community in Hamar Warada of South Omo zone. As I stood before the National Dialogue Conference, I could feel my hands trembling. Yet beneath that trembling was a heart filled not with fear, but with unwavering hope and determination. I was carrying with me the tears, dreams, and silent prayers of countless Ethiopian mothers whose voice had gone unheard for generations.
ወገኖቼ ዛሬ በፊታችሁ የቆምኩት አንዲት እንደ ኢትዮጵያዊት ሴት ነኝ።
When I began my speech, I said, "Today I stand before you not only as an ordinary Ethiopian mother, but also as a symbol of peace." My words were not merely my own. They came from the hearts of women who had waited years for the chance to be heard.
ሌሎች ይናገር ነበር፣ ሌሎች ይወሱን ነበር።
For generations, mothers like me had watched Ethiopia's political and historical journey from the sidelines. Others spoke, others made decisions while we remained silent observers. Yet it was our sons and brothers who died in conflict. It was we who buried the dead, wiped away tears, and carried the weight of grief. We repeatedly asked ourselves, when will peace finally come? But no one seemed willing to answer.
ዛሬ ግን ለመጀመሪያ ጊዜ ሀገሬ እንድናገር ጠርተኛለች።
That day, however, our silence was finally broken. My country had invited me to speak, and I accepted the invitation knowing that I was speaking on behalf of millions of Ethiopian mothers.
ይህ የኔ ብቻ ድምፅ አይደለም።
My voice represented every woman who had never been consulted, every mother who had loved Ethiopia deeply despite never having the opportunity to shape its future. Today, Ethiopia is finally listening to the voice of its mothers. By refusing to talk to one another and by failing to truly listen, we have lost so much as a nation. Our divisions have produced little more than tears, griefs, hatred, sorrow, and the endless desire for revenge.
እሳት ቤት ብትገነባ ኖሮ ኢትዮጵያ ከዘመናት በፊት
I reminded everyone with a simple truth: if a house could be built by setting it on fire, Ethiopia would have become prosperous long ago. But we all know that lasting homes are never built through destruction. They are built when hands work together and hearts listen to one another with honesty and goodwill.
ኢትዮጵያ የእናንተ የእኛ የሁላችንን ናት።
I also reminded the gathering that Ethiopia belongs to all of us. I pleaded with every participant not to turn home carrying anger, resentment, or bitterness. Instead, I urged them to sit together around one table, to speak openly, to listen sincerely, and to unite the knots in their hearts through dialogue and forgiveness. I believe this is the only path that can lead us to lasting peace.
Man yashanifal bilen annitayik.
I challenged everyone to stop asking who will win, who will lose. Instead, I asked them to embrace a different question. How can we make Ethiopia the winner? That's not only my dream. It's the prayer shared by millions of Ethiopian mothers who quietly hope for a peaceful and united nation every single day.
ይዛችሁ የመጣችሁን ቁጣ ቋጠሮ ይዛችሁ አትመለሱ። ተመካክራችሁ ፊቱ።
I believe the time has come to tear down the walls of division, to cool the flames of anger, and to stand together as one people. The future of Ethiopia is in our hands. The solution is within our reach. The choice is ours.
ስላዳመጣችሁን ከልብ አመሰግናችኋለሁ።
Ladies and gentlemen, you're still watching ABC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism. In the following video, we're going to see the vibe as guests were arriving for the plenary session here at the Addis Convention Center in Addis Ababa, and the nation's nationalities representing Ethiopians from all corners of the country were dancing and chanting in their traditional attires. Please take a look.
The African Union fully supports the Ethiopian-led, Ethiopian-owned dialogue process, which is a step towards nationally owned, peaceful solutions for national development.
And at this juncture, I will want to commend the National Dialogue Commission for the work and the preparation they have carried out.
This national dialogue is a testimony, a landmark that Ethiopia will sustain peace, will sustain progress, growth, and development.
Ethiopians living abroad are playing a decisive role in advancing the country's national dialogue through active participation in agenda setting and consultation forums. Speaking to EBC World, Deputy Chairperson of the Ethiopian community in Birmingham, United Kingdom, Helen Bafakadu, said the national consultation comes at a historic moment and provides Ethiopians with a vital opportunity to shape the future of their country. Take a look.
It's just like, I know it is something new, it is happening, but it's this idea, it's in everybody's in a cultural way before anyway. But as a government, is this coming to on the table? This is a historical, and I'm so happy to be a part of it. Tomorrow, for a new generation, at least I am doing something. And what I see is, I think we are a little bit late to starting it, but this is the right moment. It is the first time in Ethiopian history. There is story people is talking, there is a thought, there is everything. So that one coming to the lights.
She emphasized the importance of strengthening national consensus through dialogue, stressing that unity within diversity is essential for building sustainable state. Helen took the occasion to commend members and commissioners of the National Dialogue Commission for the agenda setting and participatory forums they have so far held for helping generate valuable ideas that can contribute positively to Ethiopia's future. Take a look.
The national dialogue, what they do for the last 4 years, even if it is an obstacle, they made it. We are here. So I think, in general, when I say it is going to bring a big difference, simply the last 2 days, I meet people here, I don't even know them, coming from Canada, journalists. When we sit, we talk, we are different opinion, but we come together in one thing. We know how to approach, we know how to debate. So it was this one, when it comes in Ethiopia, it's a very big step.
And now Ethiopia's long-awaited national dialogue has entered its active phase, bringing together representatives from across the country and the diaspora in an effort to address decades of political and social divisions. The process is expected to shape a shared national agenda through inclusive discussions, with its success ultimately measured by how effectively the agreed outcomes are put into practice. Demis Makrel reports.
7 years ago, when Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed came into power, Ethiopia stood at a crossroads. Public protests, conflict, and long-standing grievances threatened to tear apart the country on one side, and dialogue, reconciliation, and solidarity offered a path to peace on the other side. While significant steps were taken, many of the major dividing issues remain unresolved until this day. It is in this spirit that the Ethiopian National Dialogue Commission was initiated, a bold effort to address those challenges and forge a unified future. Hello and welcome. This is EBC World, and I'm Demis Makrel. Well, it all began on December 29, 2021, when Ethiopia's House of People of Representatives approved the establishment of the Ethiopian National Dialogue Commission, or ENDC. The mission to pave the way for national consensus and preserve the country's integrity. By February 2022, 11 commissioners were sworn in, marking the official start of this transformative journey. In the process of national dialogue, many countries have typically followed three main phases: preparation, the dialogue process itself, and implementation with monitoring. However, for the ongoing national dialogue in Ethiopia, sufficient preliminary preparation has been deemed essential, resulting in the addition of a fourth phase to the process. Let us take a deeper look into the preliminary preparation phase. Ethiopia's National Dialogue Commission has undertaken extensive efforts to thoroughly understand the provisions of framework of the law that established it, focusing on the Commission's purpose, assignments, duties, responsibilities, and expected outcome. Additionally, the Commission drew lessons from global experiences, analyzing how nations like Poland, Hungary, Bolivia, and Tunisia used structured dialogue to navigate transitions and crises. Thus, insights have informed Ethiopia's approach, ensuring that foundational issues are addressed with both local and global perspectives. The Ethiopian National Dialogue Commission's second major milestone is the preparation phase, a critical stage that shapes the entire dialogue process. This phase dives deep into foundational issues, laying the groundwork for success. It seeks answers to pressing questions. What should the content and the format of the national dialogue look like? And who must participate and in what capacity? How can agendas be identified and organized effectively? These questions guide the very heart of the dialogue's objectives, aligning resources and engaging stakeholders at every level. To ensure these critical questions were addressed inclusively, the Commission has developed a 3-year strategic plan that was shared with stakeholders. To further strengthen the Commission's capacity, a 35-member advisory committee was also established during the second phase. Members were selected from across Ethiopia, representing diverse backgrounds and regions. Thus, individuals were chosen for their academic excellence, professional experience, public trust, and moral integrity. The committee included religious and community leaders, scholars, politicians, and experts in various fields, reflecting their diverse voices that are critical for the success of the national dialogue. After such processes, the Commission began its agenda-setting process at the grassroots level. It will then proceed to the third important phase, the actual national dialogue. The dialogue process will require skillful moderation and a commitment to fairness and consensus building. It must remain free from external interference, guided by respect for all voices. Equally critical is the final phase, monitoring and the implementation of the dialogue outcomes. Without a robust mechanism to translate agreements into actions, the dialogue efforts risk being undermined. The Commission's success depends on ensuring that the findings are embraced by all stakeholders, from government institutions to local communities. As Ethiopia stands at the threshold of this transformative journey, many, including Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, believe that this is a new chapter for Ethiopia, as dialogue is the ultimate solution to overcome Ethiopia's history of war and crisis. The road ahead may be complex, but with unwavering dedication and collective effort, the Ethiopian National Dialogue Commission has the potential to deliver a future of hope, unity for all Ethiopians. I'm Demis Mercrao, and this has been EBC World.
And now a quick recap of the major stories making headlines once again. A woman emotional appeal for peace and unity. And Ethiopians in diaspora stepping up for the national dialogue. It was me, Binyam Alamayo, bringing you the latest from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Once again, thanks for tuning in. Please do stay tuned for the rest of EBC World programs. For now, it's goodbye from me.